I have new cards, new format, new layout, and a different interpretation for the spread for this month. And I feel like I'm going to be using the same format for the rest of the year as well. It's less energetically draining than what I've been doing in the past with the 10 card spread, okay? So while I was shuffling, one of the messages that I was getting for you is I feel like for a lot of you, there's a lot of ideas brewing around you, coming very good ideas that is going to provide something solid for your future. For a lot of you, it might be just ideas in how to do something better, how to streamline certain work processes, how to reduce inefficiencies in a work environment, in life. A lot of it is just very practical advice that can have long lasting, long-term positive implications if you start to implement these things, if you start to really seriously take it to heart and plan some things out, okay? You're getting a lot of good ideas and you need to like run with it, and you also need to sit with it a little bit and also figure out how you can move forward with it. I feel that for a lot of you too, there is, for those especially in committed relationships, there's a revival, there's a massive recommitment of that relationship. For those of you who are in a business setting as well, there is a new business partnership potentially, that you might have been iffy or, half-heartedly invested in, but now you're going at it full blown. So I do feel that it's looking very good, okay? I do see some news coming through, possibly towards the end of the month, that might not be too favorable. And I feel like you're dealing with a person, and I don't feel it could be a love partner, or it could just be somebody that you've known for some time. I feel like there is a little bit of jealousy coming through from their end, and you want to be careful not to, and understand that they are operating from a low vibrational space, and whatever they said is done out of fear and out of it's not done when they're operating at their best. Okay, so to keep that in mind. If you had like an inkling that oh, who it is and how they, whenever they contact you, it seems like there's this whirlwind of emotions that they bring up. I feel like for a lot of you, it might be family members or just somebody you've known for quite some time. And family members are usually the ones that know how to push our buttons. So I feel like you want to detach yourself a little bit. If it's like a text message or an email, yeah, I feel some communication here. If it's a text message or an email and it gets you riled up, step away from it for a few days, and don't bite the bait, because I feel like someone is very jealous. I feel like someone is jealous, and someone is like attention seeking. Yeah, attention seeking. They're trying to get your attention, and they're doing it in from a jealous perspective, okay? So I'm going to also pull out 3 advice cards. I'm going to have them face down for now, and then we'll flip them over when it is time to talk about the advice. So these are divided into clusters depending on the suit. I'll talk about different aspects of your life, and then we have 3 advice cards here, and this is the direction that you should be headed towards, okay? Advice cards for Aries. Okay. So first of all, let's talk about the first cluster. What I'm getting here is a lot of you are encountering a situation where you have new work opportunities, new opportunities for career advancement, opportunities for work partnerships as well. Okay, this is a massive proposal. This is coming through potentially from an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. And I do feel on a practical, mundane level, this is a situation where you are waiting for something to come through, possibly a loan from a financial institution, from a financier, and it is actually coming through for you. So you're getting something solid, some type of solid offer, either a commitment or either some financial things coming through, financial news coming through for you, okay? If you've been waiting for that, applying for loans and, waiting for jobs to come through, something very, very good that is going to be stable is coming through for you. So both are very, very good cards. In terms of, let me just see here. I feel like for a lot of you, you have a partnership with somebody, and I feel like they're doing a lot of the work, and I feel that you might be turning your back on them. Okay, so both of these cards, just be careful about that, and just be careful to devote the time to your partnerships and make sure the other person doesn't feel neglected. I feel though, I feel though a lot of you might be on the verge of walking away from a partnership, love or business, because the other party, you felt like the other party wasn't really doing their share, but they're stepping forward and they're giving you something more concrete. And I feel that at this point, you are going to stay for a lot of you. Okay, so that's what's coming through with the first cluster here. The second situation deals with expansion. It deals with opportunities. It also deals with travels. The World card is greatly about expanding all aspects of our lives, okay? I feel though both of these things, it's kind of like this is going to be the month in which it tests your ability to love another person. And that means, I felt like communication coming through from a jealous person, from somebody who is quite difficult to deal with because they're pessimistic and they're negative and they're all, me. I feel that for this month, you're going to approach this situation. In the past, they might have ruffled your feathers, but for this month, you're looking at this perspective from a very enlightened point of view, and you're finding humor in the way that they're behaving. And I feel like this is the month in which you're getting some breakthroughs when it comes to people and their motives, and especially people who are very dear and close to you. And you're figuring out why they behave the way that they do, and you're feeling as if they only do this to you mainly because they know you love them and they know you care about them. And so you're starting to understand that, and you're starting to find humor in it. I also feel this is the month in which some type of philosophical, some type of expansion is coming through for you guys. And when it comes to the World card, it deals with like getting recognition in a larger way. So, the Six of Wands is about recognition. It's about fame and fortune, the fortune that will follow as a result of fame. The World card is about publishing. It's about getting your voice out there, putting yourself out there so that your people are making the associations between the face and the name. I feel like you are expanding your circle. I feel as well you're expanding your social base, and you're coming to a place where you feel very hopeful about your future. You feel as if you have support from somebody, because maybe the business partner or potential love partner is stepping up, and now you have a better sense of direction and you know that you have the support you need. So as a result of it, you feel like energetically, I feel you feel so much lighter. You feel like you can fly. And I feel like for a lot of you, there might have been situations that weighed you down, especially with dealing with toxic people. And this is the month in which you're not going to let that get you down. So you're approaching life with a new lease on life, okay? And things are really, really good, especially with loved ones and especially with friends and work situations, okay? Now let's look at this cluster. This is a little bit problematic. I feel, first of all, I feel like you are going to encounter something unexpectedly, something that hits you out of the blue, and it reveals somebody's character. And I feel like it's not a favorable way. And I feel like this is something that randomly happened. It's supposed to cross your paths so that you can understand this person's true character. And this can play out in any type of an interpersonal relationship, okay? I also feel as well, let me see here. The Chariot card usually indicates a lot of success, but it also, in this deck, it is about some type of inner struggle, okay? So a lot of you, if you're around coworkers who are like, cutting corners, who are not doing things the way to the best of their capabilities, and I feel that you're comparing your progress to them. Maybe they're getting some type of career advancement, and they're not doing they're not pulling their weight, you're going to start to understand that, I don't care what they're doing. I'm going to stick to my own way because you know that you have lasting power. For a lot of you, for others of you, I feel like you might encounter some coworkers or some injustice happening in your environment. And I feel like it can't just be walking down the road and, seeing somebody doing something they're not supposed to. And I feel like it can be even as mundane as that, but for some reason this has a huge impact on you because you're just like, what is this world coming to? Why are people behaving like this? So I feel like it affects you on a moral level where you might be a little bit conflicted, like, what's going on with people? Why are people so strange? So I feel like that's, on a mundane sense, that can be how this plays out. But I do feel some sneaky behavior is happening around you, and I feel that you're running into it and you're coming across it purely on a purely coincidental basis. Let me see here. Yeah, it's purely on a coincidental basis, but I do feel that it's best for you, Aries, to try to do things right and not cut corners for this month, okay? Don't cut corners. What I'm also feeling is, going back to this, one last message. If there's communication from somebody and the way they communicate is just, it's not the way that you want to interact with other human beings. So you're feeling like you're going to leave them behind. And I feel like they know you're going to leave them behind, but like I said, they really care about you and they know that you care about them too. So they want to provoke you. Okay, there's provocation, and be very careful not to get yourself stuck in that situation. If it's somebody, and a lot of you, you know who it is. So you want to just keep that in mind and to temper yourself, walk away, go back to it when you are in a better, less upset, less riled up frame of mind, okay? And I feel like you have a lot of friends, you have a lot of things on your plate, you have a lot of social events, outings, a lot of support in your own world. And the other person might not have the support that they need, so they're lashing out in anger, resentment, and just spewing venom. And there's no need for you to engage with that type of energy, especially if you're like on cloud nine right now with the rest of other aspects of your life, okay? Don't let them drag you down, Aries. Um, the last cluster that I'm seeing here, we have two major arcana, and they're both about success, okay? This is about your public image. This is the aura that you project out into the world. This is the way people perceive you. So the sun indicates major success, being in the spotlight, getting the recognition, and also opportunities that is going to bring you a lot of abundance, a lot of just overall worldly desires, okay? The Wheel of Fortune is basically your time has come first, but I also feel like it's ushering in your solar return. So this is a very, very important time for you, Aries, to solidify some plans. Think about what you want to achieve for the next year, for the next 2 years, 3 years. Think further long term, like think further down the line and try to solidify some things for you, okay? Because your solar return is a very powerful time. It's a good time for manifesting or setting intentions so that throughout the rest of the year you can gradually see these things start to manifest themselves. Or you can see the universe trying to create opportunities for you to move in the direction that you want. So you are hitting a very, very important month right now, and it is going to be very vital for you to not get distracted with too many things that are frivolous, such as going out, partying, having expanding your social circle, but not seeking quantity rather than quality. So you want to really devote your time to things that have the possibility of growth and to people that are dependable and that have been around for you. So for those of you who are dealing with this, energy, I feel like there's one person specifically where they're very pessimistic and they're like very childish. If you're dealing with that energy, don't carry it into the new solar year with you, because there are other options on the table as well. And there are good people that have proven themselves to be very supportive and very stable in your life. So you want to, keep that in mind, okay? I also feel that this is kind of like things coming full circle. And once again, I mentioned, you're going to be thrust into the public eye and in the spotlight. So do not cut corners. If you're giving presentations, make sure you do the research, Aries. If you are in a position where you are, publishing something as well, make sure all your citations are in line. Make sure you do the fact checking, because I feel like otherwise things will slip up. Okay, so be very careful when it comes to not cutting corners overall. So I'm not going to dwell on that. And Aries, you can be a little bit careless when it comes to minor like doing tedious detail things. So if you can't bring yourself to physically do it, ask somebody to do it for you. Pay them if you need to. Just make sure it's done right. Okay, so don't cut corners. Um, in terms of the advice, let's look at the advice cards here. So this is the direction in which you are supposed to be headed, okay? First of all, we have the Ten of Wands, Prince of Pentacles, which is like the Knight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. So I'm going to say this first. There is somebody around you, Aries, Earth sign, okay? And Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. This could potentially be somebody with who is self-employed, somebody with a job, like a very strong, stable financial career. It's also somebody, and this can be their sun, moon, or rising. It can also be somebody that you've known for quite some time, or they have children. Okay, they're making you a very solid offer. It feels like this person has been in your life for quite some time. You both have been through a lot together. With the Ten of Rods, it deals with burdens. It deals with a long-standing relationship. It deals with like history with another person. I feel like for the past 3 months, a lot of you have tried to handle situations on your own. And a lot of you have tried to do things on your own, and you're not asking for help, and you force yourself. So be very careful about injuries as well, okay? If you feel like something is a little bit too heavy for you, take multiple trips, because he doesn't look very comfortable. Be careful about straining yourself when doing physical activity as well, like lifting weights and things like that. This is usually exercising, lifting weights. Be careful about that. I also feel like you have tried to do it yourself. Someone is offering you help, but you don't see it. Okay? So I feel like this, I know the cards are really difficult to see, and that's why I usually prefer the Rider-Waite deck, because the imagery is clearer, but I really enjoy working with this deck. So someone is offering you something, and you're choosing to not accept it, or at least you're choosing to look the other way and pretend it didn't happen. Or you are in this state of mind where you're feeling very, very bound by your emotions, bound by your circumstances, and you might not take up this offer. So for example, you could be in a relationship and somebody can make an offer for you to step out of the relationship, and I feel like there's temptation, but you're hesitating. And that's what I meant by try to do the right thing. I definitely feel there is temptation around you. I feel that you are attracting a lot of people, and I feel like a very solid earth sign around you is making an offer to you, but you're stuck in your current predicament, and you're not taking up this offer, or you are refusing to accept it, or you're refusing not to see it. The point here is you're not alone, and you're not stuck. And if you need help, ask for help. There are plenty of people around you who are willing to help you. So there's some news coming through, possibly financial news, possibly regarding some type of renovation, even regarding some type of travel. I don't feel it's so much travel. I feel like it's communication overseas as well, coming in for you. And someone is trying their best to help you in this situation. Okay, so let them in, and let them help you with the burden, because I feel that you're trying to push yourself just to know that you can do it, and you're being stubborn. So let them help you. So a lot of you might be deepening a major commitment. So this is usually like a marriage proposal type of situation. And we also have the King of Pentacles and marriage proposal. We also have the Three of Wands, which is something long-standing that you've been waiting on. You know, you might have been with a relationship partner for 3 years and they finally popped the question. So first of all, let's do the love reading now. And I feel some escalation, moving a relationship to the next level. Some type of proposal is coming in quite strongly for you guys, Aries. So let's see. And I feel like if it happens, it is going to be like completely unexpected. You're not going to know what hit you or what overcame that person. Like you're not going to be able to anticipate it. It is going to be a total bolt out of the blue, okay? Let me get the deck shuffled out first before I do the love reading for you. Whoa, okay, so let's get the cards gathered up. Sorry about that, guys. This is a new deck, and it is very, the cards are very thick and stiff, so it's really hard to shuffle. So going back once again, being in love. Relationship. So this is going to encompass more romantic love. Okay, hope you that was clear. Okay, once again, every time I do a reading for Aries, there is an air sign that shows up. So a lot of you are dealing with some air sign. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. There's a very strong air sign in your midst. And this is, we're talking specifically about love and relationships, okay? So let's go over the spread. At the center of the spread, we have the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords indicates the end of a cycle of conflict and battle. So it's basically, this is pretty much the last straw. This is like overkill. This is somebody who is doing a lot of attention seeking potentially. And whatever the conflict was, it's not even about the conflict anymore. This is just about, you know, getting very angry and wanting to get at your partner, or to you're feeling very angry about something happening. And for a lot of you, there might be communications coming through regarding that, okay? But it is a 10, so it is pretty much the end of it. Whatever conflictual situation, for those of you who are in committed relationships, whatever conflicts that you've had to deal with, especially if you are in some type of a committed relationship with either an air sign, so Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, because we do have the Page of Cups here. That situation is being brought to an end so that something new can emerge for you. So if you are in a committed relationship, I feel like taking the relationship to the next level. If you've been going through, you know, a lot of hardships together, I feel that it is strengthening your relationship. I do feel that here, because we have what's crowning you is the Two of Wands, which is a very significant, stable relationship card. For others of you, though, I feel like if it has been conflictual and you can't go back to it, you are going to have to separate, because you know in your hearts of hearts that it is toxic, that the energy, the jealousy, the attraction you have to one another is not completely healthy, okay? We have the devil here, and the devil indicates some type of binds that we keep ourselves in because we are afraid. It's operating from a place of insecurity. It's being together for security reasons, you know, for love, money, sex, whatever it is. It's operating from a very poor vibrational state where we keep ourselves stuck in the same situations, mainly because we are afraid. So I feel like, especially for coupled Aries, this is the month in which you're going to know which path to take. Either you take the relationship to the next level, or you disband the relationship. Okay? I also feel that it's like one or the other. I don't feel like a good middle ground here, because first of all, in the previous spread, we had the Six of Swords, which Seven of Swords, which indicates some type of deception, some type of sneaky behavior. And then we have the Ten of Swords, which indicates, some very traumatic experiences that is coming through or has already happened within the past 2 weeks. So I definitely feel this is, make it or break it. And if you make it, you're going to be okay. You're going to be a lot stronger. If you break it, there's something new coming through for you. Okay? So I definitely feel that coming through for you. Um, we do have a very strong air sign. So a lot of you are transitioning from an air sign, somebody who is very intelligent. And I feel like there's you're thinking about this person. You're thinking about them a lot. You're this is what I'm feeling, even though they're both females. So it can be, same-sex relationships or even just female energies. Um, it's like thinking about another person from the past. Every time I see the Two of Wands, I think about missing somebody, thinking about somebody, yearning for somebody, and they're not in your physical proximity. So I feel like distance, emotional distance, geographical distance, and things like that. And I feel as well, for a lot of you, if there has been some type of separation, if you're dating somebody and there's geographical distance, for example, I feel like they're coming to see you. Okay, so it looks very, very good. Overall, I do sense that it's more like the impact is going to be felt very strongly for those who are in committed relationships, and you're going to have to decide once and for all which direction you want to go with this relationship. For those who are single, I do sense that you're still not over an ex. I feel like for a lot of you, you're not over it, and you're finding ways to either reintroduce them back into your life because they're coming forward with some type of offer, or like, a round two. And for those of you who are not over an ex and you're trying to date other people, the people seem to pale in comparison to the person that you were dealing with. So I feel like a very stable person in a very young energy. The young energy has potential, so you really have to go with it, and you have to either way break yourself out of your rut and start dating. But I do feel that in terms of either one, the damage that the ex did to you was so overwhelming that you're not ready, which is fine, take your time. Or the other person was like was very, very vivacious, was very intelligent, and they were just a really good person. And they had like this really dynamic personality, and everybody that you're meeting since, they don't really spark the same type of interest, the same type of passion within you. So I feel like a lot of you might just be, jaded from dating, and you're yearning for the past, or you're jaded from dating mainly because the new people, it seems like their energy, their vibrational level is very young, and they don't really have a lot of life experiences to offer you. Well, I feel that it would be best for you to go with the new energies, mainly because not all relationships have to be this heavy, emotional, explosive experience. It can be light and fun as well. So, tap into more of the childlike energy within you, Aries. You love that. And, it actually will be, maybe this isn't the be all that end all. Maybe this isn't the long-term relationship, but it is kind of like the stepping stone relationship for you to branch out and for you to get over the person from your past, because a lot of you are dealing with that. Um, I feel jealousy. I feel jealousy. So you want to be careful when you communicate with other people. I feel that the jealousy is coming in from your environment. Well, let's see. I feel it coming through. I feel it coming through. So no matter which direction it's coming through, I know that you, Aries, you're going to feel it. And minimize contact with people who are negative. Okay, try to do that for this year. Try to keep yourself in a very good headspace, because your solar cycle is coming in. And that's when you want to stay positive and manifest positive things for the next few years, for at the past, letting go of old ways of relating If you have been in a situation where you're kind of like holding back love and affection, waiting for the other person to reciprocate, and if there is that energy of keeping scores in love relationship, I hurt you and so you hurt me, so then I hurt you, and retaliation, if you're dealing with that type of energy from other people, or if it's coming from you, you are going to have to actively let it go. Okay? And because of both of these energies are fire, they're very red to me. I feel like it's coming in from a fire sign, which can be you or somebody in your external environment. But I do feel you are going to have to find healthier ways to make things work. Okay? Overall, a very good month, Aries. A lot of responsibilities too, and a lot of new acquaintances coming into the picture for you. If you like a private reading, please visit my website. The information can be found in the description box below, where you can schedule an appointment, view my availability. Everything is automated online, and viewing the website would be the first step. If you have other questions, please contact me at temperatestar@gmail.com. Currently, I am only offering two different types of reading. One is a live 45 minutes reading. The other one is a video pre-recorded reading where you email me your questions. Everything is available online. So those are the only two that I have. I don't have email readings. I don't have two questions readings. And those are the only options that I have available for now. Okay? And in the past, they've worked fine for clients. So I would look forward to hear from you, and I will be back as well for the past as well as the same format, because that format works really well for me. The 10 card spread was just too energetically draining. It was a lot of information, and I was getting too overwhelmed reading it from sensory overload because so much was coming through. So